I'm the very new ambassador here. Our embassy was opened only on the 28th of November, the last year. And we have decided to open the embassy because of several reasons. The first reason is that during the last years we have been witnessing a very intensive political dialogue among our countries, but we would like to get this dialogue to the more tangible results. And we see a lot of opportunities in economic field and also in the cultural field. We would like first to put our relations on the more systematic basis. This is the most important thing. What I mean with this? I mean that we should build our legal basis. We should conclude our economic agreements like the avoidance of the double taxation, like the investment protection, like the economic cooperation agreement, etc. The second thing is through culture activities and through exchange of the people, we would like to raise awareness of our countries. Maybe, for instance, you don't know what Slovakia is here in Azerbaijan. I'm quite sure that not many people know that we are the country with the biggest car production in the world per capita. There are such brands like the Jaguar, like the Volkswagen, Kia, Hyundai, Peugeot, Citroën, that when you go along the street and when you see Porsche, Cayenne or the Touareg that's produced in my country. Maybe not many people know that we are the country with the biggest number of the mineral water springs with curative effects in the whole Europe. We are the country with the biggest number of the medieval castles. Medieval, I stress on, not after Renaissance and so on, per capita. Or for instance that the only and the first flying car in the world is coming from Slovakia. So to raise awareness among people means to introduce to the people something more concrete, not only in the general knowledge. So that's my answer to your question, because I think that a lot of to work on this basis. Mutual awareness helps us to understand not only the culture and values, but also providing opportunities. Good question, but sometimes I should remind the people Patientium est rosa venit. It means that the patience brings the roses, and we should be very patient. It's too early to think about the concrete projects. Our goal is first to identify opportunities. It's a daily work. It's a work of contacting different institutions, people. So we are focusing on utilizing the very good relations and the high political dialogue for making these good relationships in economic tangible results. And apart from this, apart from economic cooperation, we like to go also to the cultural cooperation and to the cooperation among the educational institutions. For instance, just 2 weeks ago, I was hosting here in my embassy the people from the students and the professor staff from the Republican Art Gymnasium. The last year, the students of this gymnasium, they participated in Slovakia in the painting competition. The city Banská Štiavnica in Slovakia from the year 1995 is organizing on a yearly basis the painting competitions, inviting the students from the cities they belong to the list of the cultural heritage of UNESCO. Only these cities and the schools and students from these cities can participate, because Banská Štiavnica is also on the list of the cultural heritage of UNESCO. And I was handing over 2 weeks ago to 5 students of Azerbaijani Republican Arts Gymnasium awards. So 5 awards, your students, they won in this competition in different categories. And this gives me understanding of the high potential, high creativity potential of your people. So that is something that I should work with, and I will work with this. My duty will be to get together universities and different kind of galleries and student organization to get them together. I see a lot of promising future in this field. Yeah, that's a good question. I'm the career diplomat, and I have spent over 25 years in Asian countries. I'm sinologist. I was in China, I was in Indonesia, Malaysia, Korea. I was covering the Southeast Asian region. And I have learned that first, when you come to the country that is a little different culturally, the first what you should do, you should understand the values, the hierarchy of values the people live on. So I'm trying to understand how these values are here embedded in the people, and also how it is manifested in the governance and in economy. So I must say I'm very happy I'm here, because your country is a very lovely country and beautiful country with the very, very rich history. I realize that there are several layers of identification of your country. Let's say you are a country with the Turkic language that is very close affinity with the Turkey, but you also are the country that is the Muslim country with the very, very tolerant attitude to all religions. For instance, from Slovakia, we have the Roman Catholic bishop, Father Vladimir Fekete. He is the Vatican bishop in your country, and another 11 Slovak brothers and sisters from the Salesian order of the Christian Church are working here. Could you imagine? That is something that is giving me understanding how Azerbaijan is really tolerant to the religious issues. The second thing is that Baku is a fantastic city, but I haven't had a chance to go out of the city, maybe most of all because I'm very short time here. So I believe I will have a chance to go around and to enjoy and to understand diversity of your country. And I know that your country is very much diversified, and the diversity is one of the most important factors for evolution. It gives you the power and potential. So I see a good future of your country. Yeah, our students, we have only one student in Azerbaijan, one Slovak student, I mean, yes. The number of your students in Slovakia is growing now, currently. That's a good sign, I would say. But if I would like to say something about the current youth and my youth years, I would say that it's very different, yes. My generation was living a little in the more calm period. One of the most important factors of today's world is growing frequency of changes. Everything is very fast. going on. You don't have so much time to focus on one thing because another thing is coming. One of American companies in 1995 made a research how the people are able to keep the focus on one issue. That time, 1995, it was 2 minutes. The same research they did in 20 years, in 2015. And the ability of the focus of the people of the same category dropped to the 8 seconds. So the sinusoid of the thinking has become more shallow. Before, the sinusoid was more deep. You were sticking to some idea, you were learning, paying attention. It was like the strong root for you. Today you are jumping like the monkey with your mind from one topic to another topic, and it makes you very much vulnerable as the youth. The current youth, I don't say that you are living more easy time. You are living, I think, more complicated time than my generation. But you are in some way very much you are absorbed by the social trends that are dictated by technologies. When you look at the pubs and sitting couples or the friends around, so you see that instead of talking to each other, sometimes they are even clicking the mobiles and they are communicating for the remote friends. So the communication is dominating in the very different way how it was in my generation. So I think that the current youth has its own features, and one of the biggest problems you are facing is how to cope and deal with the pressure of the very fast changes. And this is not easy. This is the trend. We should find a way all how to make it in order not to be the victims but to be the masters of these changes. My best memory was when I was student. That time I found my wife. I met my wife. That was because we are together over 35 years. I'd like to thank you to my wife that she was able to be with me so long time. But the best memories for me were the fact that we were able at the time to study very hard, but also to find very strong relaxations. Yes, so we traveled a lot, and traveling, I have best memories from the traveling around. I took trips to the. I studied in Russia, in Moscow, Chinese language, and I tried to travel the whole country that time. But that time I haven't visited Azerbaijan. My first visit to Azerbaijan is this one, when I came in November. So the traveling, my best memories are coming from the traveling. It's enlarging definitely your perception of the world. First Mugham. Once I heard, not being at the concert hall, but through YouTube. So when I was coming here, I tried to understand more about their country. I studied literature and the history. I read a lot of books, and I also opened Mugham. Uh, uh, this music is I think very typical traditional music. Even I read somewhere there are 12 styles of Mugham, 12 styles. It's really a different music from the Western conception, because in the West, the music conception mostly, even the literature, the common basis is that in some way you have some kind of the story, and the story is entangling, then developing, then climax comes, and then solution. Yes, Mugam music is a music that is mostly coming with the poetry, love, pain. It's like the small river. The water is flowing and down is jumping on some stone, going another time. It's more expression music. The modes are different. And what I like it that it's a very calm music. So your question about my music, my favorite music, because I was playing the piano for many years. I even had my music band. I created the music on piano. Even I brought piano here with myself. I have it in my residence. My favorite is jazz rock and the blues. So for this, I very much need the time for myself every week, and that's I feel very happy. Be yourself. It means that if if you would like to be successful in your life, I think that you should fulfill three basic standards. The first is that you should be able to identify yourself, what a personality you are. Let's say, uh, if I would like to be the ice hockey player, I should have the very, very quick movements and sportive talent. But if I don't have it, I cannot go this way. So identification of your capacities, talent, is very much helping you to go the right direction in your life. The second is that you should know very well where the place you would like to realize your dreams. Let's say to go for the PC studies in the country that is not very much developed is not a very good choice. So you have already identified yourself, you have your dream and vision, you should find a place where to realize your dream. And the third thing is never compromise with yourself. You can go through a lot of hiccups and problems, and a lot of hinders will be on your way, but you should find in yourself the strength and capacity in order to stand up on your foot and to go further. There are a lot of other things, but I think that these three can quite help the young people to go ahead.